Recipes for technical trading success in Cook's Kitchen.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cook's Kitchen. Cooker here. And the question on my mind right now is the Nasdaq correction over with? And is it safe to begin accumulating and adding to your growth stocks? I'm betting that it is. And I'm going to go through, and I'm not just looking at the chart today and telling you that, well, yeah, because we gapped up and now we're headed up to resistance up here, because we still got a ways to go. We got to get another 150 points at least on the Nasdaq 100 to say we're out of the woods to get through this 13.3. So I'm going to show you the process I went through in the past month, and you've seen a couple of my videos already, how we did this, how we got here. Remember back March 10th, I gave you this look at, let's get Maddie out of there, although she's very informative. Flush draw, how to beat the algos when they run the stops. So this was something I did, after that first big dip. If you missed it, if you were either, a little bit panicky, a little bit unsure, and you didn't have orders in, you were not getting the stocks you wanted on sale, like Nvidia, Square, Shopify, the Trade Desk, Baidu. Let's go back to that. See, where was March 10th when I did that? So here we are, March 10th, after this flush. But let's go back even further, and I want to show you the analysis I was doing that helped my people get into some good positions. So we start out the month of March, and I said, hey, that was a dead cat bouncing. We were going to go back down, right? Because we were looking at, we made this trip to basically 12,750 on the Nasdaq 100. But on March 1st and 2nd, really looked like a dead cat bouncing, and we were headed for new lows. So I was trying to navigate those waters, and this is the way I did it. So let me just go up here through the archive for Taser Trader, and I'll show you what we did. So bought some things, bought some Trade Desk on a dip that I liked, added to a position. And so I still, on March 4th, I was saying weak hands must be flushed, that we had more downside work to do. And I was targeting 12,250 on the NASDAQ at least. And we got there. I added to Square a little bit, bought some small ad platforms like Magnite, you may know of. Okay, so here, getting ready for the next flush, these were levels I was targeting, telling people, let's look for Shopify, on a dip under 1,000. Nvidia, maybe it gets down to 450. The Trade Desk, love to see it, come back under 600, and maybe you grab some 570s. AMD, and if you weren't sure, you just grab the 3 times long triple Q, the T triple Q. All right. So I've got some charts in here I need to show you about. So, flush draw, still waiting on the weakest hands. And then I did, this is the work I did for my people in that first week of March. And then I made that video for the public, flush draw, how to beat the algos, on March 10th. And, what I was trying to show you is that since I thought it was going to go down again, get ready. Like, okay, if you missed this and then you feel like you missed it, why did you miss it? Is it because you were worried, you were uncertain, or you didn't have good buy levels in mind for your companies? And my companies, my top 5 were Square, Nvidia, Shopify, the Trade Desk, and Baidu. Along with some other things, but those big 5. And so I said, we're going to get another dip. And what do? We go up here to this, 13.3 level, which was this resistance. And this was pretty easy to peg. The only mistake I made is that I didn't take advantage of selling some Trade Desk that I had bought cheap when it went back up to 800. So that was, one thing I didn't follow. But because I was so enamored with this buying interest in the trade desk. This is a chart from March 9th, where I look at these long tails, and you just see the strong buying interest on the dip under the 200-day. And I expect to see, like, Bailey Gifford was probably in there buying, adding to their trade desk position. So I was pretty enamored with the move back above 800, since we bought so good near 600. And so I didn't sell. But, let's just keep going with what I did right in the analysis here. The heads up I tried to give my people. So here's my, my fortress stocks: NVIDIA, Square, Baidu, Shop, and the trade desk is easily in there too. All right. So this is a key question I was asking on March 15th. Who missed the buying opportunities at Nasdaq 12,250? This is an important question because it sort of creates the pivot of, if this market gets away from folks who are looking to buy better dips, and now we do get back up above 12.3, then they're chasing, right? And so that's sort of the setup we have. But that was on March 15th. So, the question was, were we going to get another shot? And on March 16th, we got a big algo pump fake, I called it, where the algos ramped it higher to sort of spook all the people who didn't get their positions. So that's when you got a day where, the trade desk pops, 6% above 800 and then settles down. Shopify reached for 1,200 but closed red. Square looks above 250 and then had it caved into a big engulfing reversal candle for down 3%. So that's why that move on the 16th was just an algo pump fake. Blow out the people who are short or who feel like they missed it, and give a chance for some funds to sell. And so that's exactly what we saw then. All right, moving forward here. What was our plan about deep fake markets? And I was playing off the theme of, you probably saw the Tom Cruise thing where somebody deep fake videos with Tom Cruise, and that's actually a sort of an important issue. I heard a great interview with some national security experts on Jen White's 1A show, where this could be used to impersonate a political leader or a CEO, and a deep fake could affect global alliances and assets, and maybe even armies with the right AI designed imposter message. So, but if you're a trader, you're already used to deep fakes. If you're a trader, you've been playing the game against the deep fake machines, the algos, for, at least 10, 20 years, depending on how long you've been at this. So traders are pretty savvy about this. We don't fall for fake news. We'll play fake news if it suits our position, but we're not gonna fall for it. Okay, so here I outlined for my people. Hey, here we are, March 17th. I showed them this chart. Hey, we're bumping our head on this 13.3 here. I don't think we get through the first time. The chart pretty much says it all when you put that level on there, and why. That who's unloading. They've got positions to sell. They're long. So by the way, that was the comp Q, the full Nasdaq. But here's the Nasdaq 100, same thing on March 17th, bumping our head on that 13.3. So I'll just try and talk about, most of the time I'm talking about the Nasdaq 100 levels, just as the bulk of this. So I focus on 13.3 as resistance. More NDX deep fakes, still below the March highs. So we took some profits on March 18th. I said head fakes are in play, keeping ready cash for better opportunities. We were up to 40, 50% cash waiting. And then I just talked about, hey, the Nasdaq is stuck in choppy waters around 13,000. They're trying to rally this thing, so that must have been a little pop rally day, right before that. So let's take a look here on the chart. So on the 22nd, what did they do? Right here, they gap it up, so that's why I said, hey, we're just stuck here. If they're not going to break it down here back below 12,750 and they're going to gap it up and close it on the highs, that means we are stuck. It's actually kind of a good sign because it means downside selling momentum might be slowing, but we're stuck around 13,000, and you could call it no man's land. Like you're not getting, I wouldn't get short or long right here. All right, so back to the Intel here. What do we do? Oh, okay. So this is where we buy. This is where we buy Magnite again. All right. So taking a look at the chart, NDX on March 25th. What do you see here? We're back down to 12,750. Now this, this is starting to. Now we're starting to get interesting. Like we're getting into this 7-course meal about what this market is going to do, and it's going to tell us really soon. So that's why on March 25th, I highlighted again the 12,750 level. It was support in late February. It was a consolidation area here in December and early January, a little bit of support in early January. So this is what I do. I draw horizontal lines that are about price memory. I do not draw angular trend lines that cross time and space and billions of events linking previous lows and highs. I think that's mathematically absurd when you look at the stochastic complexity of financial markets, which are social beasts. All right, so there you see how important 12,750 is. What did I title that piece that night? I said 12.7 is the pivot, basically. For real super downside action, they got to get it down through 12.7 again on the NDX. And so that was the 25th. That's also when I shared this piece, software is the new gold. And I said, hey, you step back from this and have buy levels for NVIDIA, Baidu, the Trade Desk, Shopify, and Square. Have a shopping list for all those. And so that's what I told my people that week. So let's get ready, because you're going to get one more chance at this, probably. Either we go down hard to Nasdaq 12.2, 12.3, let's say, that make a higher low, or it's over and we go higher. Okay, so what happens? Friday the 26th, Baidu collapses. We got the whole Archegos, the ex-Tiger Cub, Billy Huang, is blowing up. He's over levered. You know what? I was looking for his positions. What are his positions in Viacom and Discovery? And you know what? You couldn't find them in the 13F SEC filings. Why? Because he was doing swaps with the investment banks like Goldman and Morgan Stanley, and just leveraging the positions. So it's almost like he wasn't a real investor. And, they had to call Billy and say, you're getting margin, buddy. So the margin blood was in the water. And so on the 29th, I gave my people a buy list as the shark circle, looking for the margin bleeders. There's ex-Tiger Cub, Billy Huang, he's blowing up, and Viacom and Discovery, because he was just, he was doing it wrong. All right, so this is what I gave my people on the 29th, which was this Monday morning. Top 5 buy list with ranges. I said, look for a dip in shop down to 1,000. Basically, 980, 1020, you're a buyer. It was trading 1030 as I was typing that on Monday morning. The Trade Desk, buy it under 600. If you put an order in at 580, maybe put another order in at 590. I don't know, but use some buy limits, use some MITs, or just be there to pull the trigger. Square, I wanted to buy under 200. NVIDIA, I wanted to buy under 500. Baidu under 200. Well, we bought Baidu on Friday, and it started to move already. That's because Kathy Wood was in again. She bought like 500,000 shares last week. She loved the panic in Baidu about, the U.S. is going to delist Chinese stocks, and maybe this Billy Huang from Archegos, maybe he owns too much Baidu. So we added to Square yesterday. And today I added to the NVIDIA, and I'm actually averaging, I'm averaging up in my positions because I actually own both of them lower. So I'm not averaging down. Yeah, I missed the bottom because we didn't get another dip, but we're doing great. It's great to be averaging up if you think, as I do, that the Nasdaq can pull this off. And maybe I'm jumping the gun. You're a lot of classical technical guys are like, I'm not buying anything until the Nasdaq gets above 13.3. Well, that's fine, but I think the downside momentum got killed after the Archegos event. Which was, I mean, look what actually happened. You got a few things melting down, can barely get through 12.7. Then Friday, they're melting down Baidu, and I said, I'm buying it. Downside momentum definitely slowed down. So that's why I think the Nasdaq 100 has a great shot. We're 12.7 holds, we're above 13,000, and now they're going to take on 13.3. And either, we meet sellers there and consolidate again, or we rip through it. All right. So again, this is the whole idea behind having a plan. So go back and watch this video if you need to learn how to set up a plan to buy the stocks you want on sale. All right. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen. We'll talk to you next week.